And hello my amazing social media, welcome back to another video. So today's video, okay, oh god, I need to find another line. I was gonna say I get asked this question a lot, and I do, and I really do, but I feel like I need another line. I need to practice. So yeah, I'm gonna start it off. It's been asked a lot, and I'm gonna bring it to my YouTube and IGTV and my, do you know what, all my platforms. It's going to be plastered on all my platforms. Basically, it is Anklets and Hosiery. Oh my gosh, I get asked this so much, which is fine. It's fine, and you know, I'm actually happy to talk about it because not many people understand where I'm coming from. So yeah, I'm more than happy to explain. So, long story short, ever since I started blogging, and obviously before this brand came about as well, I've always worn my anklets underneath my hosiery. So when I get them on, they're always underneath. I never take them off. The only time they ever come off is if they break, which an incident happened recently, but it's now back on, so thank God. But yeah, I never take off my anklets. And a lot of people have sort of said, oh, but when you're wearing hosiery, don't they catch on? Don't they snag them? Or especially if you're wearing like really low denier tights, don't they cause a problem? So I just obviously wanted to come on and explain. No, they don't. No, they don't. Not in any way, shape or form. And I will tell you why. So the anklets that I wear, one of the reasons why I wear them is just I like them, and they all kind of have meanings to them. I won't go into too much detail because it's kind of personal to me, to be fair. But it's the main reason why I don't take them off is just because I don't like to. It's a whole hassle of getting them on, putting them, like taking them off, getting them back on again, and it's like it's too wishy-washy. I don't have time in the morning to faff like that. So what I normally do, I just put them straight on. So the anklets that I normally tend to wear, I realise I've run off on a tangent, the anklets that I normally tend to wear, they're quite smooth. There is one that is quite bubbly, but you know what, I've had it on for so long, it's kind of smoothed itself out in a sense, if I'm honest. So I always pick ones, or I always go for ones that I know will work with hosiery. So there's no rough edges, there's no kind of sharp elements, there's no bits where I feel, oh, if that got caught somewhere else, if you wore a pair of jeans or leggings or something like that, that it would end up sort of catching, then slightly tugging open. If you were to wear hosiery, it would snag them, blah blah blah. So I pick my anklets wisely. I don't just go for any anklet. And then saying that, there's ways and means of how I get my hosiery on with anklets. So what I'm going to do for you guys today is show you how I get them on with tights and how I get them on with nylon socks as well. With socks it's a little bit different. There's the option to wear it inside your socks, or you can just literally pick them up and just kind of roll them on the outside. I still prefer to wear them inside. I find it really weird when anklets are put on the outside of hosiery. It's just my thing. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Don't come at me. I don't know why, but it's just my thing. So what I always do is my hosiery gloves. I really, you know what I've realised? I really need to make some pouches. This is just a cheap and cheerful pouch I keep it in, because then I know where to find if I quickly need them in the morning. But yeah, I need pouches. Note to self, get some pouches done. So I always get my gloves on, and I especially have to at the moment. I mean, it's always a must with me, but I especially have to at the moment just because I've got some nails that I've had to cut down because they kind of sort of started chipping away, and one kind of broke, and it's a hot mess on my hands right now. But it's okay. Nails grow. It's okay. So once they're on, let's go with tights first. So I'll just keep them in just my packaging, just to keep them safe and secure when I've tucked them away. Right, so Once again, so first thing I always do is a scrunch and roll. Do you know what I'm going to do actually as well? Note to self. Another video. I'm going to have another video pending where basically I'll show on how I normally get my, like in detail, I'm going to do it in full on detail, how I get my hosiery on and off, and obviously with anklets on as well, but also all the different types of ways that people get hosiery on and my opinion on them, whether I think it's kind of right or maybe you shouldn't be doing that, and all take some care. So yeah, so that'll be like a really long video because I'll go through loads of different deniers and everything as well. So note to self, we're having that video pending too. So what I tend to do is, so I'm not sure if you guys can see, oh do you know what, I really wish I had a zoom button right now. So I decided I want to show you all what anklets I'm working with. So this is the one on my right foot. As you can see, this is the tied one and two of the metal anklets, one bobbly, one kind of pretty much semi-smooth chain design that I normally tend to wear. And then, let me just get closer. And then right foot is just my infinity anklet, so it's just the one that I tend to. Right, now we've sorted the anklets out, let's get back to work. So what I'm going to do is scrunch and roll. Scrunch and roll, scrunch and roll. Take your time with doing this, by the way. It can be quite hard sometimes with gloves on, and I know some people are like, oh, but I'm faster doing it without gloves on. I get it, so am I. But it's always nice just to wear hosiery gloves. One, because they feel so good, and two, you know what? It stops any damage from happening while you're getting them on. You know the amount of times I've had so many near misses where I've near enough snagged my hosiery with my nails or my rings or like some like weird piece of skin that decides it wants to be sharp and rough and catch my hosiery. Just yeah. So I always just recommend them. It's just always nice to be safe than sorry when you, especially when you've just bought a really nice pair of hosiery, like however much you've spent on them, and the last thing you want is you're just about to get them on and you snap them or damage them. So what I tend to do is scrunch and roll. I'll try and get my leg up as high as I can here. Yeah, all the right leg. So I just get it over my feet, and then when it comes to my anklets, I come up to about just where the bottom one sits, and I literally just pull them over slightly and go like that. I never just do a straight one up the leg like this, just because, yeah, I have confidence in my anklets. I know that for a fact, but it is just one of those things I do as a precaution, because the last thing I want is having that nice run up and then be like, oh, great, got a snag somewhere. So that's what I always tend to do with them, especially the ones on my right leg. The one on my left leg, it's a very hit and miss. And I say that because I tend to roll up quite quickly on that one because it's just one anklet I'm working with. But yeah, but I'll show you guys once again. So obviously get your foot in, and then as soon as it comes to the anklet part, I literally just stretch them over slightly like that, and then it also helps keep that anklet in place, rather than when you do decide to like roll them straight up, the anklet comes up as well, then you're gonna have to like push it back down or pinch it back down in place. Why would you cause yourself extra hassle and aggro first thing in the morning? Don't do it. And the next pair is the sock. So I don't tend to do nylon socks that often, just because one, it isn't the weather, and I'm kind of experimenting with them a little bit. Like normally I tend to wear them like underneath my trousers, or if I just decide I just want to be in socks but don't want to be in like proper cotton socks or something, I'll just opt for nylon socks. I realised they're just all blending in with my glove. But yeah, I do need to experiment with these a little bit more. I need to get these back in my life a little bit more once the weather cheers up, because today, absolutely disgusting outside. So, once again, we're going to do the same kind of thing, just going over and just stretching over. And that's one thing I like as well about kind of getting the right size, if not a size up, if you need extra stretch for your legs. And if you do have that extra stretch to play with, use it when it comes to anklets. I always do, especially when I get sent medium pairs, or if I do just try medium pairs for the sake of it, because I just want that extra little bit of stretch to it. I do the same thing. It's just one of those things. It really helps. So as you can see, this is what it's like with the anklets inside. And what I'm going to do is, this part I'm taking the gloves off. Just because it's a lot easier. I'm just going to sit them on the outside. So once again, I pull it away, I pull the nylon sock away, and while I'm doing so, I'm using other fingers just to push up my anklets. So I'm not having to like just scrape it all up like that basically. And now they fall back down. Sod's law. Oh, see, oh my god, even now I find this so weird to look at. Oh my god, okay, get over it, it's just a video. So, and this is what it's like on the outside. So, do you know what? Here is personal choice. If I'm honest, it's just personal choice. There is no kind of right way or wrong way. It's just, I prefer, like, I don't know, I don't know how I feel about this. Give me a pair of shoes. Let me have a try with a pair of shoes. Let me try one of my shoes with it. See how I feel. Yeah, see, I don't know. See, now paired with shoes, I really don't know how I feel. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sold. But yeah, it's just personal choice. It's how you prefer. And I have to admit, sometimes I think the only kind of con I would say to wearing anklets under hosiery is, just say if I'm going to be wearing a pair of boots or something that covers my hosiery, I need to make sure that my anklets are set in a certain way. So what I normally tend to do is the bits where you actually clasp, I don't know if you can see that there, but the bits that actually clasp, where you've got your clasp and hook, I always have to perch them right in, like, so on this foot, I have to perch them right here on my foot. They can't be sitting on my like ankle bone or right at the back or anywhere else, because it ends up, like once you're wearing boots or something that is going to cover your ankles, it ends up pressing against it. And so yes, I've always got to be quite careful wearing my anklets with closed footwear and boots and shoes that come up like past the ankle and stuff. Like I have to always be careful just to set them in place so then they stay like that the whole day and then don't end up moving. So that's the only kind of con I would probably say to having anklets on the inside. Well, actually, yeah, anklets on the inside and wearing anklets with hosiery when you're wearing boots and whatnot. But yeah, I just prefer to wear them just underneath my hosiery, and yeah, and it works quite nice with nude hosiery as well. Actually, I have to admit, nude hosiery is always a vibe with anklets. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little rundown on kind of why I kind of do it, and how obviously I get my hosiery on with anklets on, because a lot of people have sort of said I don't find it comfortable, or how do you do it without it snagging or ripping or kind of catching on. Another biggie I would actually say is fishnets as well. Some fishnets work well with my anklets, like so well, and some it's like the anklets are like trying to escape it, because they found like a little gap or something, or the gap's been wide enough in the fishnet, they actually just overhang it and kind of get intertwined in it, and it just means I've got to take extra care when getting them off. But it still doesn't deter me from actually wearing hosiery underneath. Hosiery on top of my anklets. That's what I'm supposed to have said. But yeah, so I hope this video was a little bit insightful. I know it was a little bit choppy. I normally tend to do a straight run, but my camera's playing up a little bit today, so I do apologise. But yeah, so I hope it has been informative. I hope it has been insightful. Do let me know, obviously, how you guys and girls wear anklets with your hosiery. Do you wear it on the outside? Do you not wear any anklets? Have you had any bad experiences or any good experiences like me, where it's just you just get on with it and it's completely fine and you've never had an issue? So yeah, I'd love to hear what you all kind of think, and if you've had those experiences, drop it in the comments wherever you can. But for now, yes, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. It's actually been really fun doing a video like this, and take care for now, and I will see you all soon. Mwah.